What's up, guys and girls? Chris Wilk here, Chris Wilk Podcast, episode number 176. Today I'm going to share a story with you about rats. 1950s, a guy by the name of Curt Richter, he does a study, and he wants to see how long rats will tread water and will stay afloat and will fight for survival if they were dropped in a jar of water. This jar of water had no way for them to escape, so he does the study. A lot of them are fighting, then they give up, right? He changed a few factors in there. He has domestic rats. They fight a little longer than the wild rats, which was something that he didn't realize. He didn't really know why, all right? And then he changed another variable where he brought some new rats in, and he put them in there, and they were struggling. When they got to that point where they're almost about to give up, he scooped them out of there and he held them, all right? Now, after a few minutes, he placed those rats back in the water, and guess what they did? They swam longer, and they did not have any kind of quit in them when compared to the previous rats. Now, why did they continue to fight? It's because they held out hope that that man was going to come in and scoop them up almost at that point of no return, right? They had hope, and they continued to fight. They had hope, and they kept pressing on. Now, rats and human beings are not alike, but that study does show something wonderful where as long as you're not feeling hopeless, right? As long as there's some sign of hopefulness, then you will keep pressing forward. Think about people in your own life that you met, that you've seen them lose hope, and then you've seen them just slowly deteriorate into something that you never envisioned would happen to them, right? I've seen it in my own life, and I still see it. You know, I see it in kids, I see it in parents, I see it in just adults. I see it almost every time that you walk around. You look at somebody and you're just like, man, I hope that they're able to keep hope alive. And one way that I think you can keep hope alive is by keeping by keeping a view of life that life is full of possibilities and not limitations. It's having a mindset of, a growth mindset in the sense that everything that happens to you is a learning experience and that we could get through it. I'm reading a book about Quakers, which is an odd subject, I know, but my daughter goes to a Quaker school, so I'm reading about it. And they view tough subjects, tough moments, mental lapses, depression, suffering, all of that stuff. They viewed it as a baptism, right? And there's an opportunity for rebirth after every tough moment. If we want to keep hope alive, I think we need to wake up someday. We need to wake up almost every day. I don't do this, but I'm going to try to do it. And be grateful for something. Find one good thing in your life that you could do. If we want to keep hope alive, get outside, go for a walk, get your body moving, try to appreciate something that you see out there, man. I love walking these nice roads, these nice country roads out here where I live, because there's always some sort of, you always see something that you just never noticed before, right? The leaves on the trees change, you see an animal just hanging out, a small fox over there, just stuff like that. You learn to appreciate things a little bit more. Do a random act of kindness. If you're not willing, to be kind to yourself, if you're being harsh to yourself, go out and do something for somebody else. Be kind to them and keep doing kind things for other people, and eventually that's going to uplift you, and it's going to bring a certain sense of belonging into your life, which is something that I feel a lot of us are missing, right? So remember the rats. Remember to keep hope alive. Remember gratitude. Remember life is full of possibilities, not limitations. Get outside in nature. And lastly, do an act of kindness for somebody, right? If you're struggling and you don't want to take care of yourself, then get out there and try to take care of somebody else. And it's going to uplift you. Hope you guys like this episode. Chris Wilk Podcast is available. Google, Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube. Like, subscribe, leave a review. If you want to get my weekly newsletter, go to chriswilk.net. Type in your email and we'll send it to you every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. Peace, everybody.